Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a first impressions and a wear test on a brand new foundation from CoverGirl. This is the Trublend Matte Made Foundation. This is a brand new release from CoverGirl. It is not out quite yet. It just says coming soon. I've got a little bit of information in the PR package I received, but I don't have the price or the release date, so I would just keep a watch out. If I see anything, hear anything, I will leave that information down below. But I'm going to get into the claims on the product. I'm going to put it on, and then I'm going to wear it all day and see how this lasts, because this is supposed to last 12 hours. Here's the pamphlet I got. It says, because we listened. CoverGirl set out to create a foundation that works for all skin types, so we listened to you and were inspired to create Trublend Matte Made. Inclusive of all skin needs, Trublend Matte Made minimizes pores, controls shine, feels comfortable on your skin, and stays put for up to 12 hours. 40 shades of foundation designed with you in mind. Easy navigation with 4 shade ranges numbered from light to deep. Light is L, medium is M, tan T, deep D. And it comes in warm, cool, and neutral undertones. One thing I've noticed that's a little bit difficult is they do have them numbered, so you know you've got your light, medium, whatever. But I don't see a way to really be able to see the undertone of each of them. I went online. It's not in my pamphlet. Unless I am missing something, if you know, just leave it down below. I also got 4 new primers in the box, so I'm going to tell you about those really quickly. I used 2 today. The first one is the Illuminating base, and it is the Trublend Base Business. Again, that was an illuminating one. Then we have the Pore Minimizing one. A color neutralizing. This is a green base, so it should help cancel out any kind of redness on the skin. And then we also have a skin smoothing base. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the demo, and then I will tell you my first impression thoughts, and I will check in throughout the day to see how long this actually lasts on my skin. I'm going to start off by priming my face. On this side, I'm not going to do anything other than my pores. I have already put my Skin Refine Zone on my pores right here, but I'm just putting on the Tarte Timeless Smoothing. My pores are my biggest concern. I never don't wear a primer there. I got a little bit of sun on Mother's Day. Can you see these freckles coming out to play? I actually don't mind. I love the freckles on my nose, and then this guy got a little bit darker underneath my eye. It doesn't bother me. It happens. I wear sunscreen. It still happens. For this side of my face, I'm first going to go in with the Illuminating Primer just around the perimeter. This does have a slight... It reminds me of Bath & Body Works. The same thing as one of their last little primers I used. It's not intense, so it doesn't bother me. That feels really nice on the skin. It's not leaving like an oily residue or anything like that. It just feels nice, and it's not too illuminating. Like on my forehead, I don't notice a huge difference. On my skin down here, I do. And then on my pores on this side, I'm going to try their Pore Minimizing Primer. It's weird because it's not as thick as I'm used to, and it's purple, but we'll see. That did nothing for my pores. Like I can see I'm mattified and smooth here, and it didn't do anything there. So I'm going to put my Tarte on top of it. I wanted to try to see if it was going to work, but if my pores look like this and I put a foundation on top, I know I'm not going to be happy. So I'm just going to cover those bad boys right on up. All right, the shade I decided to go with is number L50, and it does have a pump, and it actually has like a little twist, so you can twist it to lock it, which I think is nice. I'm using a Sonia Kashuk sponge. So there we have it. This is one layer. I would say this is a solid medium coverage. Didn't have any issues with it blending out on my skin. I will say it's a little bit easier and a little bit smoother where I put that Radiant primer. This side still looks good, but I would say that this side looks just a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and finish off my makeup, and I'll be right back. Here's a close-up after finishing my makeup. I'm still trying to decide what lip I want to put on, so I figured I would go ahead and show you guys up close and then actually finish off my makeup and come back and tell you how I feel about it. Okay, finally picked out my lip color. So this is definitely a matte finish. I feel like after everything was said and done, I had everything on my face. it's a little bit more matte. Personally, I would take my Josie Maran spray my face to make this slightly less matte, but I don't want to do that so I don't mess up any of the longevity claims or anything like that. So I'm just going to leave it be, but I would spray it. And my skin type is combination. My pores look great. I will say this area of my face looks really nice. It's just right here that I wish it was just a little bit more hydrated. I will say that it does not feel uncomfortable though, so I don't feel like my skin is tight or anything like that. I'm very happy with the way that this applied. It does deepen up just a little bit as it sets. I'll have to see if it oxidizes, like if it changes color at all throughout the day, but as it sets, it does get just a little bit darker. For me, I'm usually an NC20. If you are using that reference with me, I know a lot of you guys pick the color that I pick. This is a little bit darker than an NC20 when it sets down, and I did that on purpose because, like I mentioned, I got a little bit of sun. This may still work for you for an NC20, but I feel like it's a little bit darker. When I first put this foundation on, it was 10 o'clock in the morning. It is now 12:30. I lollygagged, you guys. I was messing with my mascara over here. I kept putting on more because it was like curling and not going long. I don't know. My lashes are being funny over here. And then my brows, I'm using this new Kat Von D one. So like, I don't know, I'm playing and I couldn't figure out my lips, so I ate lunch. It's been 2.5 hours, so this is your 2.5 hour check-in, and I will see you guys in probably about 4 more hours. It is now 4 o'clock, making this the 6-hour check-in. Not a lot has changed. I'm getting a little bit of creasing in my smile line, but nothing major. That happens to me kind of almost no matter what. I still like the side with the primer more. I can even kind of feel now that I've been wearing it all day, that this side just kind of feels a little bit better. This side isn't bad, but if I had a preference, it would definitely be with that illuminating primer. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in. I think for 6 hours, we're still doing really well. This is the side without the primer, and this is the side with the primer. Again, I'm having a little bit of creasing on my smile lines, nothing major, and a tiny little bit right here at my nose, but nothing I'm concerned about, and I will be back in just a few more hours. It's 2 hours later, so we are at the 8-hour mark. I still think I'm looking pretty darn good. I did touch up just a little bit right around my nose with a little bit of powder, like literally this is all I did. Didn't put it anywhere else on my face. I haven't even touched up my lipstick yet, but I am about to go to my daughter's school musical, and it's a hot rainy day now. And she let me know that there's no AC, so I just touched that up so that maybe I wouldn't look a hot mess. I'm kind of worried about how this is going to hold up. Like, it's doing good so far, but you just never know. I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can see before I get back from that. Here we are. I feel like we're still looking pretty darn good. Even my smile lines haven't gotten any worse. So yeah, I have no complaints so far, but I will get back to you guys. It'll probably be more like 10 or 11 hours. And we'll see how this holds up. All right, I'm back. I'm in a different outfit. That's because I went to my daughter's musical and it was really sticky in there. So you know when it's hot and then it rains and then it's like sunshine again and it's sticky in the air? Yeah, that's what it felt like. So I was a little concerned if this is gonna hold up or not, but not bad, you guys. We are at just a little bit over 11 hours. The claim is 12 hours. I definitely think if I left this on a little bit longer, I'm sure not a lot would change. So I'm going to zoom you guys in and then I will give you guys my final first impression thoughts. So my nose is just like a little bit shiny. I can blot that away. A little bit more in the smile lines, not bad. I have a little bit of texture on my skin now, but nothing has worn off anywhere. My forehead looks pretty great if you ask me. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with this. I'm looking at this in my mirror. Right here, on this side just looks better. Again, this is the side with the primer. I like it better with the primer. I want to go ahead and see what would happen if I just blotted away. I don't have a blot sheet, so I'm just going to use a little sponge. I mean, that definitely took away all the shine off of my nose. And this did end up separating just a little bit more, but it didn't end up spreading. You know, sometimes whenever your nose starts doing that and it just kind of spreads out a little bit more, that never happened. This is 11 hours blotted. I don't have any complaints. I definitely have foundations that I think look better than this at 11 hours, but the price and everything else considered, Like, this just looks really good. Now, as far as the claims go, definitely think this is a matte finish. 100%, it's a little bit more matte in the beginning than it is now. It definitely helped to control my shine. My pores never really looked bad. Like, trust me, my pores can look real bad. And I didn't have any issues with it oxidizing. So the color that it settled down into after it dried down was the color it stayed. Sometimes people think that something oxidized on me when it hasn't, just because the lighting behind me. A lot of times as the sun's going down, things change a little bit, but it looks exactly the same as it did when I first put it on. If you're dry, I don't think you're gonna like this because it is pretty matte, especially after you set it, but it's still a comfortable matte. Combo and normal, I think you're gonna like it the most. If you're oily, I definitely think you could give this one a shot. It held up on my pore area really nicely, and I get pretty funky there. As for me, I'm just gonna have to see if I continue to reach for this. This is a first impression. This is the first time I put it on, so I will let you guys know if I continue to grab it. But you guys let me know down below. Are you interested in this? How do you feel like it looked on me? What do you think about the wear time, everything? Let me know down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.